once again by Chris Broussard. Chris, how much of a threat will Boston be to Cleveland?
I don't think they'll play them as tough as Indiana, but they'll play them tougher than Toronto. I think Philly. I think Philadelphia, and I think you said this. Philadelphia would have been a bigger threat. I would have picked Cleveland, but I would have given Philadelphia a chance to beat them. I give Boston no chance. I think maybe they make it a 6-game series. Right. You know, maybe Cleveland takes them out in 5. But they just don't have the superstar power. That's just it. I do not see a team of really good players taking out LeBron James. And Kevin Love seems to have found his game at this point.
This last 2 games, Kevin Love?
Yeah, the role players have had enough time now that they've found their games. They'll have bad nights here and there, but no. The young guys haven't. The older guys have. So, look, Boston's not good on the road. They're 1-3 in the playoffs. Their defense has not been as great in the playoffs as it was in the regular season. They're allowing teams to shoot 47%. Where they've been winning it is their three-point shooting. Yeah. They have an advantage there over their opponent. And Cleveland is a good three-point shooting team. That's all there is to it. And so I don't know that Boston will get that advantage. Brad Stevens, obviously a tremendous coach. That's a huge advantage for them, even though Ty Lue's made some good decisions in the postseason. But, you know, there's no way. They remind me of those Chicago teams under Tom Thibodeau, where they always maximize their potential. They got further than you thought they could. And I'll even go to the team when they had Derrick Rose and LeBron was in Miami. That Chicago team had beaten Miami during the regular season a few times. And in the playoffs, LeBron beat them 4-1. Now, granted, he had Wade and Bosh, but Chicago had a legitimate superstar at the time in Derrick Rose. Boston doesn't have that. So, no, I don't see it.
And Spo just says that Bron, Derrick Rose doing too much. And Bron put that old wet blanket and put that fire out, put him on ice. The thing is, Boston...
You don't even have to do that against Boston.
Wait, are you talking about the shot that he made?
No. I'm talking about in the 2011 when they played against Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was the MVP that year.
I thought you were talking about the David Blatt mad shot.
No.
Another clutch moment for LeBron
because
James.
he was mad. Because his coach is saying, we want the other guy to take the shot, right?
It's almost like, Skip, it's hard for me to believe that even if the Celtics had Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, they would play better than this. What they have now is, like you said, not a superstar. So they don't have anybody that's ball dominant. You got to swing the ball. Brad Stevens coached at Butler. He wasn't getting McDonald's All-Americans. He wasn't getting 4 and 5 guys that's one and done. So when you have lesser talent, what do you have to do to win? You got to move the ball. And that's what these guys do. They are athletic. They go about 6'4" to 6'9". Everybody can take you off the bounce. Everybody can shoot the three. Even Aaron Baines, 7 foot tall, 300 pounds, he making threes. They play now late in ball games where they win a ball game. If a ball game is tough, tight, you better execute because they'll out-execute you. Every mistake you make, they'll make you pay for it. Every mistake the Sixers made down the stretch, Skip, the Celtics made them pay for it. And so, but Ben Simmons was atrocious, and he's been atrocious.
They could be ahead 2-1. I'd argue they should be ahead 2-1, but their immaturity, you're right, Ben has been horrible in the clutch.
Covington.
Cleveland's not going to make those mistakes, though. That's
so what do you got? King in 7 against Boston?
6.
6?
6.
So you got...
I got 6.
That's what you said. Toronto was going to win 2 games.
Well, I thought the baby dinosaur was going to do something this year. Really? Skip, they the North. We the North. They keep on. They need to stay out my mentions talking about we the North.
So you didn't have that much faith in the King against the.
Well, Skip, I
don't know what happened. I did.
Well, you got a sweep. This round coming up?
No,
but see, here's the thing, Skip. I thought coming off that tough 7-game series. And Toronto was well rested, that Cleveland was just going like, okay, look, guys, we tired. And they had their chances. LeBron shot 40%. He was 1 for 6 from the free throw line, Skip, and they didn't win.
From 3.
And so we knew from that point on, they were in a heap of trouble.
So here's what's happening for the Celtics right here, right now. Terry Rozier is playing at Kyrie level. That's how good he is so far. I'm not saying he's better than Kyrie. He's having at least the impact that Kyrie would be having in this series right now. in every way, shape, and form. He is making things
and better
happen.
defensively.
That's what I'm saying. He just, although Kyrie had his moments this year, he sort of went along for the ride because they all play better defense. The other thing that is happening, Jason Tatum is already better than Gordon Hayward. I'm not the biggest Gordon Hayward fan. He's just better.
I would agree.
He's already better.
And cheaper.
He can do more things. Well, he's way cheaper, but he's just better. And I like Gordon Hayward. I just don't love him. And was he going to change life in Boston? This kid is for real.
Yep.
And he just shows you game after game. He doesn't come and go. We haven't seen what's happened to Donovan Mitchell or to Ben Simmons.
5 straight games with 20-plus in the playoffs.
He just keeps doing it. Every night it's the same from him. He's a stud. He's turning into a star.
Yes.
Jaylen Brown isn't quite there, but he has star potential. And Al Horford just knows how to play basketball. Yeah. That's all I know. He's made 5 all-star teams as much with his head and his heart as his talent, because his talent is okay, but he makes shots sometimes where I say, how did that go in?
Yeah.
I don't know. He just knows how to play.
Yeah,
right?
He's like David West when he was at
he
his
can
best.
defend. They'll let him initiate the offense at the top of the key.
Yep.
He seems to always make the right decision, and he's doing a heck of a job on Joel Embiid.
Yep.
Now Joel Embiid's like, I don't understand how a guy plays a whole game or basically 2 games and get 1 foul against me. But hey, for whatever reason, they're not calling it.
Some of it because you stay on the perimeter too
Right.
much.
So
Get your butt on the block.
here we have these 3 teams. We have rock, paper, scissors. And I believe that the Sixers would have been a rock to LeBron's scissors because they would have had that they can keep LeBron. Those 2 7-footers can keep him from the rim.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the super highway that I see him have repeatedly against the Celtics.
Yeah,
what happened right after the trade deadline when they acquired all their new Cavaliers?
Right.
They went right up to Boston and they just
Blew the doors
kicked
off
their butts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kicked them right out of their own building. And I think you would see mostly this happen in this series. I'm going to sleep on this, but right now I'm leaning toward Cavs in 5 in this series.
Because
That's how.
the thing is, Skip, if you look at Cleveland and them playing Toronto, they really can't stop Valanciunas, but he's not an offensive threat.
No.
Well, Embiid is a bigger, more skilled Valanciunas. He got 21 and 20 the first game. So what you going to do with Joel Embiid? I agree. Philly would have caused them problems.
Because Philly caused them problems. On March 1st, they went to Cleveland. Remember that? And it was pretty convincing to me.
Yeah.
And then
Cleveland had been playing well.
Yeah, and then end of regular season, I know maybe LeBron and those guys mailed it in a little bit, but it was at Philly. Remember that game? And it went to the wire. LeBron he got forced to make 3 free throws to get to overtime, but at least it was a fairly close game. But remember, in that game, was Philly up 22?
Yeah, they were up huge.
22, right?
Yeah, they might have been up more than that because at one point they was what? Halftime was 78, 55, 78?
Yep.
Yeah, 50, something like that. And they whittled their way back into
Okay,
it.
so Boston's paper covered Philly's rock. That's what happened.
One thing Boston has going for it in this series that Toronto doesn't is they're not afraid of Cleveland. Kind of like Indiana. They not spooked by LeBron.
That's
Like
what
they'll go
I
out
like. That's what I like. Ain't nothing like ain't nothing like somebody be talking big and then they turn and run at the first sighting of the guy. Because he coming. And when he come, Indiana wasn't scared, but he cut butt. He put them drop that.
You know what? They in the very end they were scared. Like the door swung wide open. LeBron checked out, went to the locker room. All of a sudden you have a chance. You could dethrone the king here.
With him, Skip.
They weren't ready.
That's a big, in the East, LeBron James ride everybody like they ride scooters in Mexico. Now, I've never been to Mexico, but I heard they ride a lot of scooters. But if you play in the East, you got to deal with that man.
What's the difference in riding scooters in Mexico or anywhere else?
But it's, when you're a tourist, you got to get on the scooter. You know what I'm saying, George? You've been to Mexico. You get the scooter, the little vest.
I spend my time on the beach in Mexico.
Okay. But if you have dreams, you have hope, aspirations of playing in the finals one day, and it happened to be between the years 2010 and 2020, if you in the East,
so
you're asking for the wrong thing.
Does the king ride Golden State like a little Vespa?
That's the next mountain to climb.
It is.
It is
Climb that one,
Indiana.
and we might start having that conversation
that's
about that man.
That's why. Look, the platter is set. I will not hold it against him at all if they get demolished by Golden State, because they should.
Yeah.
But embrace the moment, LeBron. You want that ghost in Chicago. This is what you got to do.
Okay,
it's a heck of a mountain to climb.
Okay, Chris, thanks for
Can you
joining
tell me
us.
the team that Michael Jordan beat that was going?
We're going to commercial.
Well,
just
any
saying.
team signed Des Bryant. We'll discuss that with Rob Ryan next. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.